Hey everybody, Dave here. Welcome to Caraway Bay 1. I really like this level. It actually went through a lot of changes since obviously I started running it, which I mean sounds like, oh, I'm a grandpa, but the game has been out for like 8 days or something. But the developer actually made a conscious effort to add a stream of coins, and it's very prominent on this level compared to, I guess, the previous levels, because the previous levels you collect a bunch of silver, which are only worth 1. This one you can leave, this level in particular, with about 140, so it's actually quite big considering the other levels are like 20 or 30. So we did see a buff in coins in this stage. It definitely stands out, and I don't know if the day version is quicker. This is, again, very new route. I'm not aware of this yet, quite yet anyway, and it's possible the night version is quicker, but the thing about it is, I guess if you're absolutely new to this, each overworld like level or whatever has like a day and a night version of the stage, and it's actually very cool because they're completely different. They're not palette swaps or anything like that. Like, for example, later on in World 3, one of the day versions is like this very long auto scroller, but the night version is like a swimming level, so you can actually pick and choose to avoid the auto scrollers, which in a speedrun is fantastic. So I guess it was more like a casual design choice in mind, but I really like how they did that, or how it inadvertently benefits the speedrun. So I've never routed out or timed the night version. It's worth noting that if you want to switch it, you have to either enter the barber shop and exit, which I'm not sure exactly how much it takes timing wise, but it's faster than the other alternative where you enter a stage, exit through the menu, and you go back to the overworld. So exiting to the overworld takes about 10 seconds. So if the night version, even with a 10-second loss, is still quicker, I wouldn't know. I haven't redded that, and the only reason that I haven't redded that is because you get kicked out of the tutorial stage in the day, like now, and entering this, you don't have to swap between any of the stages until very late, so quite a few stages away. So you actually don't have to go into the overworld and change the AM or PM thing. So this stage is pretty easy in terms of execution. It's actually pretty interesting when I was like really trying to goal split these levels. Some of them got really hard, like really quickly, even without the roll. The roll dramatically increases the execution, I think, required, which is one of the main reasons why we're kind of collecting coins a little bit. But there's kind of like a farming thing we can do in a few stages from now. But in terms of just average execution, this one wasn't too bad. So I guess I'll start playing it from here. So right off the bat, begin face right. We're just going to keep running right. This stage, like this part of the stage, is pretty easy. You just literally run right. Here, I fall off the ledge. You don't need to jump on this guy, and the only reason that I fall off this ledge is because there's a stream of coins right after here. So falling off the ledge here, and then jumping across here nets us like 3 coins. This is probably like one of the main 2 spots that's a little bit tight. It's very easy to overshoot this jump and like hit this guy. So you have to really jump on like the corner. As I said in the previous video, Branson has like variable jump height, so you really need to start to get a feel for like how long he jumps for if you're holding the jump button, because it's very different depending if you hold it down longer or shorter or whatever. But jumping kind of on the corner here to jump over him and then also collect these coins, I wouldn't say is like terribly bad, but it's one of the tighter sections, one of the 2 tighter sections in this stage so far. So here, I kind of small jump off. This guy will already be lined up. As far as I can tell, there's a global timer, not a global timer, sorry, a stage timer that begins the same every single time that you enter the stage. So most of the enemies, for the most part, will be in like specific areas, but some of the enemies do have a tendency to wander. So I think how they're spawned in is, unlike NES games, you have to get like within a certain distance. They're all spawned in once the stage starts, I assume. And some enemies move, some don't, and some only start moving when you get closer. So this guy is of the ladder, and you can jump down and you can always bonk off his head, and then you can keep going that way. Again, I jump down. Collecting 3 coins here is ideal, but it's really hard to make that jump in such an arc. Usually I get 2. And as I land, these 2 enemies will kind of line up in such a way that you can jump underneath them in this kind of like upward arc, and then you just fall again. So from here, we collect those coins and just continue to head right. This is where you see the day and night sections. If a level is during the night, you can go through like these night blockers, and then you can go into the night section. If it's during the day, obviously you go through here. and it's during the day section. There's two arguments that can be made that maybe the night section is a little bit faster, and it's these falling platforms. So this is the first one that you have to wait on. It's not too terrible, but there is one later on that's actually quite bad. So here is kind of a bit of a weird jump. You actually want to delay this jump slightly. And again, it's not like super tight or anything, but you want to jump later than you probably would, lightly at that, because once you jump on this guy's head, you want to be holding jump for like as long as you can, and you'll be able to clear this gap right here. If you do that, I've never seen this guy's animation before. It's actually pretty amazing. If you don't do that, or if you do it like too early, you'll fall here, which isn't the end of the world because the route continues on. You just don't collect these coins up here, and there's no reason not to collect them because it doesn't waste any time coming up here. So we grab those, we smash this box as we're falling, and then as you can see, normally if you fall down here, you can just jump across this platform and jump across here. This is the other section. This platform sucks. There's no way to make this cycle. You just have to wait for it. So you actually lose quite a bit of time, because when I was timing this, apparently it was on 32. So by the time you get up here, you've lost almost 6 seconds. So it's possible the nighttime version between this platform and the other platform, it might be faster. That's something I'll have to check. But again, if you swap between days, you lose 10 seconds. So eating the platform, not cycling properly, or I shouldn't say properly, but not cycling in our favor, might just be faster on the day level. So from here, we again jump, smash those boxes, and continue on the right. We jump in an arc there to collect the coins, smash that box, and activate the checkpoint. Try to collect those coins, and here there's a bit of a tight jump coming up too. So we obviously just jump and stay underneath this enemy. We're gonna jump and smash, or not jump and smash, sorry, jump over this box. And this is a full jump. You can jump all the way to the side. I used to jump off this guy, but it kind of put me in a weird position. But you have better control. This is the jump that I was talking about that's a little bit tight coming up, and probably like the second tightest part of the level. Maybe the tightest part actually. But we can full jump over this gap. And here you want to full jump so you land in the front of here. And then you want to light jump really quickly, because we want to be on this like very edge of the platform so we can jump up over this guy. And we want to do that so we can smash these boxes. So it's actually pretty easy to get hit on this dude. And if he hits you, one of two things happen. You either just recoil backwards a little bit depending how late or badly you jumped into him, or you get knocked off the pit. Death in this game is actually pretty punishing. There is a generous amount of checkpoints, but if you die, you get sent back pretty far sometimes. To the point that, you know, like this early on, I would probably reset. I would probably start resetting on most deaths actually, but like deaths can cost like upwards to a minute or more, or maybe around a minute depending how badly you are in a level and then you die. So this guy has potential to knock you off, but if you jump, you know, like on the corner and jump up, we'll smash these boxes and we'll continue on. Same thing, we smash. The idea here, like I bumped a little bit, is you want to actually smash the top box and then just keep running through, but you can smash all three without taking a hit. And there's a little bit of weirdness with the hitboxes here, because even though Branson is smashing everything, you can literally see like it's technically destroyed, but you'll see him stall in the air. So there must be like active hitboxes or something like that as it's destroying, or very close to destroying, where he can't quite run through yet. So you see I get stalled. It's kind of hard to see that even frame by frame, but you'll see that I got stalled in the air for a little bit because the boxes weren't quite destroying, or maybe I was a frames too early or something like that. But you can do that without obviously getting Branson stuck. So we jump on that spring, continue to go forward. So before we have the power up, we're gonna save a little bit of money. You can ignore this coin count because it's not accurate. But before we get the power up, which is the Brawn Vitamin in the barbershop, these goblins take 3 hits to kill. So the fastest way to kill, at least the running ones that don't have any RNG components, because sometimes they can hide in like the environment, is he'll always run to the right. We want to hit him and kind of like neutral jump as he's running to the right, and then as he lands on this platform, he'll continue running to the left, and then we want to attack him twice going to the left. So you'll see very quickly, I go under here, hit him once, and then hit him twice. The coins they drop are completely random. I don't know the min and max values yet. I've had as low as 2, and I've had as high as 34 so far. So it could be, I guess, anywhere in between. So that's about it for Caraway Bay 1. And from there, again, I'll just play the video so it's uninterrupted.